say thank you. Thank you. Cause I'm so grateful. Yeah. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I wanna just say thank you now. Just thank you now. 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 Each and every day I'm gonna say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Unity on the Bay.
Good morning.
Sing it. Let's sing along. Let's sing. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. We're in the right place at the right time. We are just where we're supposed to be. We're in the right place at the right time. We are just where we're supposed to be. Oh, our souls are welcome here. Oh, our souls are welcome here. We are getting the message loud and clear. Our souls are welcome here. Oh, our souls are welcome here. Oh, our souls are welcome here. We are getting the message loud and clear. Our souls are welcome here. We are getting the message loud and clear. Our souls are welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Our souls are welcome here. Our souls are welcome here. That's all right.
I'm getting it. I'm really getting it, you know? Welcome. Welcome to Unity on the Bay, a positive path for spiritual living. I'm so happy to be here. I'm honored and blessed to serve as your associate minister. Today, we're going to focus on happiness and some of the components of that. And in that spirit of joy and happiness and goodwill, we are invited to greet each other and say something like, "Happy Sunday," or "I am so happy you're here." And Reverend Juan, our senior minister, has left me this beautiful bell. And when you hear the bell, please come back and sit down and we'll continue with our service. And for those of you online, welcome, and put where you're watching from right in the chat for us. Okay. Welcome back. Would you please join with me in our opening prayer? Begin to center yourself, taking some deep breaths and bringing yourself fully present. We come together today as one in spirit, knowing that we are guided, uplifted, and empowered by the infinite love of God. We affirm that this sacred space is filled with peace, joy, and the ever-present light of divine wisdom. We see a world awakening to love, peace, and happiness. We see a world where understanding replaces fear and cooperation blossoms where conflict once grew. We hold in prayer all those affected by war or violence or anything that may interfere with their awareness of the presence of the divine. We affirm their spiritual strength to move through and overcome this challenge through the activation of divine love and peace. As we open our hearts and minds, we recognize the truth of our being, that we are expressions of divine love and peace, whole, perfect, and complete. We see the face of Christ in all who we encounter. We release any thoughts of limitation that we might be holding in our minds. We affirm the presence of abundance, healing, and grace in every aspect of our lives and in the lives of all who are in need of healing, comfort, and peace. We give thanks for the many ways in which our divine good is unfolding for us as individuals and as a spiritual community, especially as we have our new property and share the vision of occupying our new home later this year. We bless this service, knowing that every word spoken, every song sung, and every silent moment of reflection moves us deeper into awareness of love's presence. We affirm that each person here is touched in exactly the way that they need, and we give thanks for the unfolding of divine good in all. We give thanks for this time of connection, for this community, and for the happiness that flows freely within. And for this we are grateful. We release this prayer, and so it is. Amen. Let us have a wonderful Sunday service. And I'd like to invite our Shanté, our platform hostess, to come up and tell us all of the wonderful things that are happening here at Unity on the Bay. I'll bring my gong with me. Sweetie. Thank you.
Good morning, Unity on the Bay. I hope you're having an awesome day, and let me tell you, you are in for a great service. We're so happy that you're here. We are blessed to have you in our space today and part of our community. Again, my name is Shanté Haymore-Kearney, and I'm your platform hostess for today. And I'd like to welcome anyone who is new here to Unity on the Bay. Maybe it's your first or second time, or maybe it's your first time back in a while. Would you please raise your hand if this is your first or second time? We see you. Thank you. We appreciate you. We bless you. We see you doing great things. Even if you're at home or logging into your computer, thank you for joining us here. We have a couple of steps that you can follow on the screens behind me. This is so that we can get to know you better, that we can really welcome you into our community and share more about who we are with you, and also, again, get to know who you are so that we can join in community together. You can fill out a connection card, turn it into the welcome table in the back if you're in the room, or if you're joining us online, just follow the prompts in the chat, and we will continue to stay connected with you as our community. Everything that I'm going to share with you today can be found on our website, unityonthebay.org, and we also have an app called Unity Miami. So I want you to keep your ears open, keep your eyes open to the screen, because as you hear me say often, these are not just announcements. These are actually like invitations and opportunities for you to take advantage of, to go deeper into your spirituality, into your faith, into healing, and also into our community. And for you to share with someone else. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to share and to share Unity on the Bay with other folks. So keep your ears open, because here we go. Yes? Yes. Awesome. First up, we have our spirit groups coming back. And if you're not familiar with spirit groups, just know that that is our version of our book club program. It's gearing up. We've been doing this for probably over a decade now at this point, I would imagine. And we have some exciting news. We have selected our book, and with a drum roll, our book is called The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Can you raise your hand if you've heard of either Mel Robbins or The Let Them Theory? All right, so it's pretty popular nowadays. If you're not familiar with it, just Google it, check it out. It's really powerful. It's all about letting people in your life show up just the way that they are, and accepting them, releasing control, and also giving yourself permission to, guess what? Show up just as you are. And imagine how much more peace and joy and happiness we would have in our lives if we let go of trying to make people be or do something that they're not. Can I get an amen for that? Amen. So we're going to be reading the Let Them Theory. And right now, we have a call out for folks who want to host a spirit group. Who wants to be a leader, right? Maybe you want to be a leader of a spirit group. Maybe you're a leader in your own life and you're ready to step into spiritual leadership. This is a great opportunity for you to do so. If you do join to become a leader, you will be able to determine your own time and location for the meetup. You'll be volunteering to lead that group through 6 weeks of discussions based on the book. Everyone benefits from being a spirit group's leader, but the host and the hostesses really get the most blessings. You're going to be gifted a copy of the book. You're going to receive training and all the resources that you need in order to lead your group successfully and confidently. And we are waiting for you to step up and to lean into this opportunity. The last day to decide to be a host is next Sunday, so you have a week. 7 days. If you're on the fence, it's time to come on over and sign up. All the information is on our website, on our app, or you can connect with us after service in the back, and we'll be happy to give you more information or answer your questions. All right, so that's for the spirit groups, and we're looking for hosts. Yes? All right, maybe if it's not for you, tell somebody. Tell your friend, be like, you should host. And you can support them. You can support them and host it. Yes, I see two people kind of like, you do it, you do it, you do it. Okay, we'll do it together. All right. So with that, we have a very important meeting coming up soon. It's our annual membership meeting. Hooray for meetings, right? But this one is not your average meeting, right? This is a meeting about your spiritual community. And it's not just for members either. It's for anyone who wants to come and considers Unity on the Bay to be your spiritual home. Please join us. You'll get to hear about all of the amazing things that our community has been up to in the recent past, and also lean into our vision for the future. In addition, you'll be able to vote. Members will be able to vote on our 2 new open board spots. So yes to voting, because we all know how important it is to vote, right? We've learned that. We see that. And this is your chance to practice that within your spiritual community. So the date for this membership meeting, which is open to all, is next Sunday, March 29th at 1 p.m. It's going to take place right here in this room on Palm Sunday. You can also join online. If you're a member and you know that you want to join online, please stay tuned to your email, because all voting members will get an email with the link and instructions on how to join via Zoom. Yay for Zoom meetings. But this one, again, is important. So we invite you to be there. We're excited for what we have coming up, and we're excited to be in our membership connection together. Yes? Awesome. So now, again, with a very special week, special time of year, Holy Week. You can join us this Holy Week for something very special. We're hosting our Holy Thursday service, and it has a unique twist. So just like the Last Supper, we'll be joining in connection. And each of you will play a special part. You will pick a card to find out which apostle you will be representing. So you're going to actually learn more about the apostles, what they represent, and you get to embody that through this practice. This whole room will be cleared out, and there'll be a long table a la the Last Supper. You get it? And that's going to be, really how we join and commune with each other. It's going to be a beautiful service honoring Jesus' last and final meal, and we'll be doing it in a metaphysical light and in communion. So, yes, there will be food. It's a supper, after all. So you get to enjoy that. But most importantly, I want you to know that the date for this event is Thursday, April 2nd, 7 p.m. And again, that takes place right here in this room. Now, Jesus did a lot of miracles with food, but we need you to RSVP so that we know how many people plan to attend. That way we can prepare, okay? So just make sure that you do so. We'll have you there. We'll join. We'll connect. And we will grow together. Yes? Alrighty, well, that's all that I have to share with you. Now we're going to go on to have an amazing service, and we're going to go back to the music. Take it away, Dale.
Thank you, Shanté. Let's give it up for Shanté. Yes. Yes. So good morning to all, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome back to Unity on the Bay. Where's JChris? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. This is his second time here. You're in for a treat. He's a wonderful artist, and give him a warm welcome, JChris.
The sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the sunshine of my life. Forever you'll stay in my heart. I feel like this is the beginning. Though I loved you for a million years, and if I thought our love was ending, I'd find myself drowning in my own tears. Oh, 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 oh. You are the sunshine of my life, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I'll always stay around. Ooh, ooh, yeah, baby. You are the apple of my eye. Oh, oh, oh. Forever you'll stay in my soul. You must have known that I was lonely, I was so lonely, because you came to my rescue. And darling, I know that this must be heaven. How could so much love be inside of you? Oh,
morning. My name is Kathleen Gunn. About a year ago, I walked into Unity on the Bay, and I didn't know what to expect. I came out of curiosity, searching for something deeper, a sense of connection I felt I had lost. What I have found was so much more. I found a community that reflects the beauty of Miami and the world as it truly is. Diverse, welcoming, and full of people from every background, age, and walk of life. I found warmth, kindness, and a message rooted in love, healing, and belonging. I found a place where I could grow spiritually, reconnect with myself, and feel at home. I found spiritual leaders, Reverend Juan and Reverend Noelle, that meet people where they are at, recognizing it's tough out there and that the world's uncertainty can wear you down. Over this past year, I've laughed, cried, sang, danced, prayed, and celebrated here. I've taken courses, practiced yoga, prayed with prayer chaplains, and even renewed my marriage vows. Through it all, this community has modeled something very powerful that is integral to my core values and who I am as a person. As humans, we are not meant to be divided. We are meant to be united as the body of Christ. We are meant to gather and to work together. And when we do, we are so much greater than the sum of our parts. Because through honoring our individual sacredness and giftedness, we're able to heal one another. I don't need to tell you how wonderful unity is. You are already here. But I encourage you this Easter to bring a friend with you. Allow them to experience the gift of hope and transformation of this spiritual community. Invite them to experience the love, peace, healing, and belonging that makes all things new. Introduce them to the peace of God within themselves and within these walls. You never know whose life might be changed just by walking through the door. And now I have the privilege of introducing today's daily word. Today's daily word is wholeness. Speak with me the affirmation. Wholeness is the unshakable, eternal truth of me. It's comforting to remember, no matter what may happen to me in the world, I am always whole. Even during times of illness or insufficiency, my true nature is of divine wholeness. Worldly situations will always be in a state of flux, changing and shifting in ways I cannot control. I do what I can to tend to my health and other material needs, but I do not worry over things I cannot control. Instead, I rely upon my prayer life and other spiritual practices to claim my wholeness. This is the enduring truth of who I am, whole and complete, regardless of any outside circumstance or appearance. How liberating it is to know that I am secure in God and complete at all times, spiritually perfect and infinitely blessed. Today's daily word is inspired by Colossians chapter 2, verses 9 through 10. For in him, the whole fullness of deity dwells bodily, and you have come to fullness in him, who is the head of every ruler and authority. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen. And thank you for that beautiful testimonial. It was very moving. Now let's take a moment to make sure that you've silenced your phones if you haven't done so already. If you're like me, you keep it on silent all the time, but just check to make sure. And then please join us in this song as we prepare for a time of meditation.
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, your pardon, Lord. And where there's not true faith in you.
Let us begin this time of meditation by gently turning within. Allow your body to settle. Your shoulders soften. Your breath becomes slow and natural. Take a deep breath in and gently release it. Again, breathing in and breathing out. In this sacred moment, we remember peace is not something we must create. It is something we allow. Gently bring your awareness to the center of your being, the quiet place within where spirit is present. Here, there is a stillness, a calm, a deep and abiding peace. Rest here for a moment. Now, from this stillness, allow a gentle sense of happiness to arise, not dependent on circumstances, not tied to anything outside you. Simply a quiet joy, a contentment, a light within. You might silently affirm, happiness lives within me. Peace is my natural state. Let this feeling expand softly, like a warm glow in your heart. With each breath, this inner peace grows stronger, steady, unchanging. And this happiness becomes a quiet assurance. All is well within me. Now imagine this peace and happiness as a radiant light within you. With every inhale, it grows brighter. With every exhale, it gently expands beyond you. See it filling your entire body, your heart, your mind, your being. And now, let it extend outward. First, to those closest to you, your family, friends, and loved ones. Silently affirm, my peace flows through me to you. May you be filled with peace. Now allow this light to expand further into your community, to this gathering. See each person surrounded in this same peace, this same quiet happiness. And now gently, effortlessly, extend this peace even wider to your city, to our country, to the whole world. No strain, no effort, just a natural radiance flowing outward. Silently affirm, peace within me blesses the world. Happiness within me uplifts all life. Take this into the silence now as you rest in this awareness. You are a center of peace. You are a vessel of quiet joy. You are a presence of love in the world. Now gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Feeling gratitude for this inner stillness, this happiness, this peace that is always available to you. Take a deep breath in and gently release it. And as you return, carrying this knowledge with you, the peace that I cultivate within naturally becomes the peace that I give to the world. And so it is. Amen.
Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper. Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you, yes, I worship you, Lord. Oh yeah, you are here, you are healing. You're healing every heart. I worship you, yes, I worship you. Oh, you're turning lives around. Yes, you're turning lives around. Yeah, I worship you. Yes, I worship you. I worship you. You mending every heart. Yes, you're mending. Oh, oh, I worship you, I worship you. Yes, I worship you. 'Cause we make a miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God.
That is who you are.
That is who you are, Lord, yeah. We make a miracle worker,
Promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God.
that is who you are. Let's sing it now. That is who you are.
That is who you are.
Yes, you are, God.
Who you are.
Yes, you are.
That is who you are.
You are, you are.
Who you are.
That is who you are. You're a way maker, Lord.
That is who you are.
Way maker, yes. That is who you are. Oh, oh. Way maker, miracle worker, promise keeper.
Light in the darkness.
My God, that is who you are, you are, you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You see, I have to say, even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working, no.
Even when I don't feel it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working.
You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, Lord. Even when I don't feel it. You never stop working. Oh, 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 oh,
Miracle worker.
promise keeper. Yes, my God. You are, you are, you are.
Waymaker,
Miracle worker.
light in the darkness.
My God. You are, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, you are, Lord.
That is who you are.
You always will be, Lord.
That is who you are.
Forever and always, Lord. Waymaker. You are, you are. You are, you are. Oh, yeah, you are. You are, you are, you are.
Waymaker,
Miracle worker.
promise keeper, light in the darkness.
My God.
That is who you Waymaker, miracle worker,
Promise keeper,
light in the darkness.
my God,
That is who you are. 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 That is who you are.
that is who you are. That is who you are.
That is who
That is who you
Thank you, JChris. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Dennis Watley author and motivational speaker, said this: happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. Yes. Turns out, this past Friday on March 20th was International Day of Happiness, declared by the United Nations and celebrated throughout the world. Happy. And they recognize that happiness is a fundamental human goal. And the Assembly called for this, for nations to be more inclusive and equitable and balanced in their approach to economic growth that promotes the welfare and happiness and well-being of all people. And it's a beautiful idea. It was actually introduced into the United Nations by the country of Bhutan, who doesn't have a gross national product in financial terms, but has a gross national happiness indicator. I learned in doing some research for this talk that there are many organizations whose focus is happiness, and happiness for others, and happiness in the world. And it was a surprise to me in many ways, and very glad for it. Dr. Mark Williamson, the director and co-founder of Action for Happiness, said, "Our relationships with others are the single biggest predictor of lifelong health and happiness." Take that in. Our relationships with others, with each other and our spiritual community, support our health, support our happiness. And he goes on to say, at a time of increasing polarization and isolation, the most important thing we can do is to find positive ways to overcome our divisions and connect more deeply with each other. This matters now more than ever, and we can all agree with that. This teaching actually isn't new. It goes back to the ancients. Confucius, Socrates, all believed that the pursuit of happiness was an essential human right. They believed that well-being and personal growth were a major purpose in life and would be the central goal then of education. And even the founders of our country included happiness as part of the Declaration. Well, you know, we've all had our own individual journeys with happiness and our own individual definitions or meaning of happiness. And I can say that for me, I've moved along in the spiritual path to come to a place of looking not outside for happiness, but always curious about happy for no reason. And I wanted to explore that a little bit today so that we can increase our understanding and our level of happiness. There was a little straw poll that went out on the app about how happy are you, or how often do you experience happiness? And interestingly enough, most people in our community felt happy either most of the time or all of the time. And I think that's great news. I think that's wonderful because it mirrors then what our community is doing for people and has done for people, as Kathleen even so eloquently stated in her testimonial today. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Buddhist monk and teacher, said, "Spirituality is not a religion. It is a plan for us to generate happiness, understanding, and love so that we can live deeply each moment of our lives." So I thought today we'd take a look at why is happiness important and what can we do to increase our happiness. I think that it's kind of natural or part of our society or the world at large to think about happiness as coming from the external world. And most of us at this point perhaps have come to recognize that that's not necessarily a reliable source of happiness. The outside world can change. We can lose a job. A relationship cannot work out. Things can happen. And if we focus that that was the only reason that we would be happy, we end up being pretty miserable. And so, we come to a place where we think, well, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be another way. And through our spiritual practices and through our teachings, we recognize that happiness or that spirituality leads us to the source of our happiness, which is God within, the Christ. It is within us. And we can express that in the world, and through that expressing, then that keeps that happiness circulating because we know what we have inside us when we share it with other people. And I've come to believe that happiness is an innate quality within us. We have it already. And sometimes it can get covered up by circumstances and by things, but it never really does go away. Much like love and peace and wisdom are part of our 12 powers, I think that happiness is that same sort of quality. And Charles Fillmore, our Unity co-founder, said it in this way: God is happy, and it is a state natural to us, as it is a state natural to us all, or we would not strive for it. And he went on to say that Jesus said that before we can enter the kingdom of the heavens, we must become like little children. Most children are bubbling over with happiness. They've not yet been taught how to take life in the serious, solemn manner of the average adult. They hop and they skip and they sing, and their daily needs are met. The little child has no consciousness of the tribulations of life, and the logical conclusion is that when we unload these false states of mind and become childlike, we will begin to realize what heaven is like. And I would interpret it this way. I would say that we would really imagine the mind of a baby or a small child in ideal circumstances as being like a brand new computer. You know, there's the operating system within, but there aren't really any programs loaded up inside. And as life goes on, even under the best of circumstances, programs get put into that computer and into that child's mind, and we grow up through our life experiences having some belief systems, having some ideas that maybe we don't deserve to be happy, maybe that things always don't turn out so well, and there are some things that might be in our thought systems and in our consciousness that obscure that happiness within us. And so there is that idea or that process of releasing or letting go of those obstacles that would prevent us from experiencing that happiness that's within us. You know, our thoughts and our mind are those ideas that are those blocks. And one of the things that I think about or have carried with me for a time is a lesson in the Course in Miracles that says forgiveness is the key to happiness. And for me, I put forgiveness as a release or a way to let go of ideas. And I know that forgiveness can be a sticky topic because it might get confused with condoning or allowing for a behavior, and that's not what it means. Forgiveness means releasing the thought or the idea that that event or activity can separate you from the love and the peace of God, and releasing that hold, that grip, can then again remove those clouds that cover over the happiness that's within us. We do have many opportunities to gladden ourselves, to make ourselves happy. The idea of you've heard this, I'm sure, the idea of the view of the world as the glass is half full or the glass is half empty. I would even say that there's another way, and the glass may have half of the amount of liquid in it, but it is still filled because there's air in the rest of it. And so we really are full of that love and joy. We just need to recognize that it is there. And this recognition is important on the path to happy for no reason. So, even though we might consider ourselves happy people, and I know that we do, I think it's important to understand something about happiness. And the reason that I think that it's important is so that we don't get discouraged. Because life happens. Things, situations come up, and it may for a time knock us off our bearings. And, you know, there's nothing like giving a talk on happiness when something will come up in your life that is not a happy situation. And so, for sure, that's what happened to me. And you know, there's nothing more distressing or heartbreaking than a loved one or a family member having an illness, and especially if they're far away and you can't get to them. And I heard a week and a half ago that my granddaughter was ill and was in the hospital and had to leave college and go back home. And I heard about this, she told me, of her story, after it had all happened, but it still had an emotional impact on me. And I carried that for a bit, and I, you know, it was real, it was deep. And I said to myself, best unpack your spiritual principles, best unpack what you know to be true, that God is with her, that you have the faith that can see her whole and healed and complete, and you can rest in that assurance. And these are the thoughts that I said to myself as I prayed and meditated, and that feeling left me, and I was left with a sense of peace and happiness and assurance, knowing that she is well and is whole. And so we all have that opportunity in our lives, and to take those circumstances and recognize that they're a blip on the screen, if you will, of our baseline, of our unending, unlimited source of happiness. And I did a little bit of a web search, and again, there are so many people whose lives were troubled. They underwent hardship, financial, career loss, success, before they achieved success. There were too many to even mention or name, except for one person that kind of caught my attention, and her name is Gabrielle Bernstein, and she's a New York Times best-selling author of The Universe Has Your Back, which was actually one of the Spirit Group books that we used in the past. She's become a guru to many young professional women. But there was a time when she was a hard-partying New York City girl and a cocaine addict until she hit bottom, and a voice told her, get your life together. And she turned inward to find a new way. She got clean and began following A Course in Miracles. And she says that this helped her move from a place of fear to one of love. And soon afterwards, she wrote her very successful self-help book, May Cause Miracles. And so every time I think, or you might think, we're alone in this and nobody's got it as bad as we do, or as I do, or whatever, recognize that as part of the human condition, we've all had some struggles or some challenges in our lives, and it is our spiritual path, it is our knowledge, it is our wisdom that is innate with us, and the support of our community that will move us through these challenging times and bring us back to that center place. I have a question for you. Do you believe that God wants you to be happy? Yes. Yes. It took me a long time to believe that. You know, I don't know how many of you grew up with God is punishing you and you have to be good, you know, and got to watch. And so it took me a while to to relieve myself, to release that belief from myself and really recognize that God does want me to be happy. And I'm just so happy to be here because you all got this a long time ago. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yes, yes. And one of the things that I carried with me for a long time was Abraham Lincoln, who said most folks are as happy as they make up their mind to be. Yeah. So there are ways that we can experience more happiness in our life. You know, our unity practices of prayer and meditation set the stage, set the way for us moving through those obstacles that may appear in our lives. We can smile. And I think smiling is an amazing practice. I've been practicing that. You know, it changes, try it now, it changes your physiology. All of a sudden, things are better just because you've smiled. And you smile at someone else, and they smile back to you, and you know that you have that happiness and that peace within you. You see it reflected back. Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others. And that's an unknown quote, but again, that's one of our unity principles, that once we have recognized and appreciated our source and connection with God, we can take that out in action in the world. We can affirm I am the kind of person who takes care of my happiness. And I thought that was an affirmation that could be useful at any time for us. There's a list of things that's going to show up on the board now, a few simple practices, and I've been practicing some of them myself, and I think one of the most powerful ones is actually the first one, because we tend to have a habit of getting up and the first thing we pick up is our phone. And we start looking at the messages and our mind goes right away. It's an amazing practice to just leave the phone alone for 10 minutes if you can, longer maybe, shorter if it must. But in those 10 minutes, you can connect with yourself and God. You can think of something that you're grateful for. You can have a quiet time of prayer and meditation. You can have some hot water with lemon instead of that coffee right away. Maybe see the sunshine, get out in fresh light. Take a walk, do some yoga. In the afternoon, you might consider even unplugging for 15 minutes. Turn off the phone, close the computer, maybe even step outside, breathe the air, and reconnect with yourself, with your divine self, with God, and experience then happiness and wholeness. And remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. Take 3 conscious breaths whenever you need to recenter yourself. I read that happiness is the ability to return to calm faster. And I thought that that was a good way to look at it, because we're not always happy every single moment. But when we recognize we're not, we can return to that place quicker. There is a journaling prompt that's we're trying now instead of the growth opportunities in the web app, and it's the journaling prompt for you to think about this week is, what are some ways that you can create more happiness for yourself this week? Maybe there's just a small action that you can take that over time will add up to more happiness in your life. It's my belief that each of us will define and experience happiness in our own way, according to our basic wiring and our view of the world. We might experience happiness as elation, joy, laughter, glee, jumping up and down. For others, happiness may be a more quiet, contemplative sort of experience, peace of mind, well-being, bliss. And sometimes we can experience at different times, both ways. Whatever form happiness takes in your life, whatever expression happiness takes in your life, the spiritual path is one that recognizes that the source of happiness is our divine connection with God. An unknown author said, "It is by free will we choose every day what story we tell ourselves. Choose carefully, as the story we tell most often looks an awful lot like the lives we are living." Are we telling ourselves a story that aligns with truth? The truth that I am the happiness I seek, and the source of that happiness is the Christ presence within me. We are coming up on Easter. the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus and the Christ within us. What a happy thought. You might consider bringing someone to Unity on the Bay. Yes, International Day of Happiness has passed on the calendar, but we can hold a vision of happiness for ourselves, for others, and for the world every day of the year. And so it is. Namaste.
All right, put your hands together for that beautiful service. It's a great day to be at Unity on the Bay, and we're so grateful to have you. Thank you to our Reverend Noelle for delivering that beautiful message, to our music ministry and our special guest, JChris, and to our testimonial. It was amazing, and you can see how Spirit is working in this place, right? Today and always. And now we have an opportunity to use that Spirit power to be in gratitude and to give during our gratitude opportunity, where we're going to prepare our gifts and our offering for Unity on the Bay and for the community. Because it is time to put the law of circulation into action, my friends. Just remember that when you give, we keep that energy moving all through the place. Not just for ourselves, but also for our spiritual community and for how our spiritual community moves the energy throughout our city, our world, our state, and etc. So you can be a part of that. This isn't just about money. It's about showing up. It's about staying connected, and it's about helping the place that feeds your spirit and helps you continue to thrive. So with that, with all the gratitude in your heart, we invite you to prepare your offering. We have different options. You can do text giving. That information is on the screens for you. If you're here, raise your hand and you need an envelope. We have our ushers available to pass you an envelope. You can drop some cash in there or check. Does anyone have a check? You can write a check and drop that in there, or text or the Unity app. Either way, we're going to give you a few moments of sacred sound to go into your heart, to connect with yourself, and to trust that you are giving in gratitude and giving through love. Take a few moments. Honestly, I didn't want that to end. I love that part. Can we just give a round of applause to our musicians, all of them, each of them? Thank you, Charlie. They literally make magic. It's like the sounds don't exist, and then they start to do their thing, and then we get to listen to this music. I just think it's so amazing. Thank you so much. So now let us bless our offerings together, shall we? Divine love that I am, blesses all that I give and all that I receive. And that's really important to remember because not every day do we feel or know that we have the opportunity to give. So if that was you today and you were not able or didn't feel able to give, it's okay. Maybe this is your day to receive, okay? And we're all part of that same cycle. Okay, we're going to bless the children now, the children in our kids zones. They are doing great and amazing things, and I'm excited to share with you some things that they're up to. One of the ways that you can support our youth and family ministry is by visiting the Blessed Bear table outside in the foyer. That table, you can donate $20 or donate what you can to sponsor a bear, and that bear will be provided to a child who is at the Chapman Partnership for the Homeless. So Chapman Partnership for the Homeless is an organization in Miami right around the corner from here, and we have been in collaboration with them for decades at this point, and they literally save lives in so many different ways. I've been there, I've visited there, I have done work with them, and what they do is important, and they take in families and children who are in transition, and they live there, until their lives evolve and they can transition somewhere else. So in the spirit of $20, maybe forego the sandwich and the coffee and the dessert. No, you can't get all three of those for $20 anymore. Forego the half a sandwich and the small coffee that you would pay $20 for, and let your money go far, and let it go to a child who could really use a loving friend in the form of a teddy bear, okay? And for now, we'll also bless our children in the room. Just giving a small shout out, you all don't know this, but my child, 10-year-old Evan, is right behind this screen. He's actually been sleeping, he's so tired. He's sleeping like he's in a Bad Bunny video with the chairs at the Latin wedding. But I'm just happy that he's here, and for all the children, and however you show up, we will let them show up as they are, right? Yes? And let us say our prayer together. Bring your hands together, create some energy, some love, and extend that forward as we say, children, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you, and we see you doing great things. Yes, we do. Speaking of people who do great things, I'm going to invite our prayer chaplains to come forward to the front, please. These folks are ready, willing, and able, so capable of holding you in prayer and in love, celebrating your successes and supporting you through the challenges. So you can connect with them. They're up here. They also wear purple name tags, so you can identify them on their way out. If you're watching online, you can pray with a prayer chaplain via Zoom. Just look for the QR code on your screen now or the link in the comments, and then you can connect with them. I just want to give a special shout out. Look at our fine folks, our prayer chaplains. They have been prayer chaplains for probably over a decade, definitely more than a decade combined, and you are in good hands with them and any of our folks who you pray with. So for right now, we're going to invite Reverend Noelle back up to the stage. She's going to close out our service with joy and love, and we look forward to seeing you the next time.
I love electronics. It keeps bouncing me back to the beginning of the service. We're going to start over. No. Palm Sunday is next week. It's going to be an amazing service. We're honoring our volunteers and giving the Exemplary Life of Service Award at the 11:15 service to Faye, our platform host and platform coordinator. And any of you that have experienced Faye, as we most have, she's a wonderful, energetic presence, and she's helped me along the way in terms of boosting energy and enthusiasm, and wonderful. I'm so happy that we are able to honor her. Remember, invite someone to Easter, and thank you to Kathleen for that wonderful testimonial. Are you leaving here inspired? Are you leaving here reminded of your worth and connection to God? Then take a moment and ask yourself, who would love to experience this too? Got it? Invite them. So now I would like you to please stand with me and say the prayer for protection, followed by the peace song. The light of God surrounds us. We are light. The love of God holds us. We are love. The power of God protects us. We are power. Presence of God watches over us. We are presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. We are divine.